Hey everybody, this is MyCollectables coming back with another video, and we have Infinity Stone Madness in Veve. We got another stone that's coming to the app, and now we're going to have 5 out of the 6 that are required to empower the Gauntlet, and I'm going to do a little bit of speculation for you about like how much I think the Gauntlet, if we do get that for collecting all the stones, should be worth or has to be worth to make it worthwhile to go after all these things right now in the market. And I'll break down the numbers of how much each stone that we currently have is worth. And then I have some bonus material at the end of this video about Thanos himself. So you're going to want to stick around for that. So if you do like this video, make sure you hit like. And also make sure you comment down below and let me know, are you going after all these stones? I mean, we're getting 2 pretty close together with the power orb and now the Aether. It's really quite crazy. So let's get right into this, everybody, right here. So 5 out of the 6 stones are here. Will you collect them? So what I want to talk about in this video is how much is the Gauntlet if we get that. Okay, that's total speculation, but if we get that for collecting all the stones, how much is the Gauntlet worth? Okay, are you going to get the Gauntlet? And what would you do with it? It would be an airdrop or not? That's another question. But how much could it be worth? And how much, if you add up all the other stones right now that you'd have to buy to think about getting it, there's a minimum price that it has to be worth. Otherwise, it may not be worth it to collect all the stones, if you're doing it that way. Now, I think collecting all the stones is fun because they're actually great collectibles. They look fantastic. They're individual sets, except for the Eye of Agamotto. You have to collect all 3. I'll show you those numbers, but they're great stuff to collect anyway, right? So, it's really just about if you went after all of them just to get the Gauntlet, how much that Gauntlet would need to be worth in the market for it to be worthwhile, right? So anyway, this is the one that's coming on the 30th. So today, this video, I'm making it on the 29th. The Medium article's out. You can go check it out. This one's going for 30 in the, in the store. There's 3,800 editions, so it's a little bit less than a couple of the other ones, but this is going to look good. This is the Aether or the Reality Stone. So this is going to make 5 out of 6 that we have. I think it'll go for just under retail. Won't sell out right away. Okay, but it will sell out eventually. There's, because the other ones we have I'll show you what else is still available in the store. But, eventually it will sell out as we get closer, especially if they do announce, that you need them all. So, but I think you'll be able to pick it up in the aftermarket for a couple bucks under, retail probably, if we just go by what's happened with the power orb and of course the, the scepter and stuff like that. So this is coming. It looks beautiful. It should be really fun. And it's another one to add to the collection. Now, here are all the stones in the Gauntlet. As I did in my previous video, I did a big speculation video about a week ago, if you want to go back and look at that. But here's the empowered Gauntlet with all the stones, the power stone, reality, the soul, the mind, the space, the time. Now, we just don't have that soul stone, and we'll see if that comes, right? But here are all of them. You can see them all checked off right here. That soul one is quite funny. That's the one where you have to sacrifice something potentially, right? That's what we did in the movies. I don't know what they'll do in Veve, but these are all the other ones, all nicely collected now to get Thanos. And this is the power orb. Now I'll break down these numbers really quick. I'll show you them all together and I'll tell you how much the Gauntlet needs to be worth to make it worthwhile, right? This one came out on the 20th of January. Just a little while ago for, it's not sold out yet. There's actually sold 533 of them still available, but that number is going down because this is quite close to retail in the market at 28, 29 gems. So this one will sell out eventually. It's beautiful. It's super fun, right? We had the Tesseract come out on the July 23rd. So, in the summertime. This one is sold out. There's actually quite a bit more editions of this. It's sitting in the market for about 26.5 to 27 gems right now. Okay, after the announcement of these other stones, right, that have come. The Scepter actually is not sold out either. There's only 6,500 of them available, but there's 2,100 still in the store. It's sitting at 27 gems, which is right by retail as well. So eventually you'd think this would sell out, and people are still buying this in the market. They're not really going after it in the store yet, but eventually I think it will. Here is the Eye of Agamotto, all 3 of these. Now, this is the crazy part right here. This is the one thing I want to talk about in my next slide right here is, do you need to collect all of these? Because the closed one is going for 11. Okay, right now at this moment, okay, these prices go up and down, of course. The open one is at 78 and the secret rare is at 435 as people speculate that you're going to need all 3 of these. Now, remember in the description, of all of these, the the stone is actually inside the closed one. So it's actually in there, right? So there is speculation about maybe you just need that. But this dropped on the 28th, right? So here are all the variants that we have so far. And you can see the Soul Stone is not there yet. right? But I think it'll probably come out for about 30 gems, about the same price, right? But check it out. If you collected all of these right now, like every variant, okay, and I'm including the Soul Stone at 30 gems. I'm just guessing the Soul Stone is going to be 30. That's what the other ones have been recently, right? So that would be 660 gems it would cost you at this current market value to collect all of these right now at the floor prices, right? So that is interesting. Now, if you didn't have to collect all the Eye of Agamottos and you just went to the theory, what you just needed one of them, and then you picked the cheapest, of course, which is the closed one, it would cost you 150 to get all of these. And then you'd leave out the open and the secret rare of the Eye of Agamotto. You just leave those out. That's one way to look at it. But I personally, this is just my personal opinion, this is not confirmed at all. I think you're going to need all of these personally, to get actually that that gauntlet. I don't think they would just let you have just the closed Eye of Agamotto. I think you need them all, but it's just my guess. Who knows what would happen? And by the way, it's not even confirmed that we'll even get a gauntlet for collecting these. So just keep that in mind, okay? This is not confirmed. It's all speculation. So the big question is how much is the gauntlet worth? Okay, do you need to go after all the stones, or do you just wait? If we do get this gauntlet, you just wait in the aftermarket for it, because it has to be worth at least over 600 gems or so, if you want to talk about just pure market value, for you to go after it and buy all the other stuff, right? It has to be worth about that much. And is that worth it? Would it be worth that much if we did get an empowered gauntlet, with Thanos, and, if it had utility and you could snap and all that stuff? There's so many unanswered questions. But this is kind of the way that I'm thinking about it. Do I go after the Tesseract and all these guys right here, collect them all, and wait for that airdrop? It's a lot of fun, but would it be better for me to just actually wait for this whole thing to unfold and maybe just go buy the gauntlet if it does come in the market, in the aftermarket, right? So, and not even collect all the rest of these, but I mean, it's fun. These are beautiful collectibles, right? So that's your choice, right? These are all beautiful collectibles. They add to your collection. They're going to be great on display, especially, in the Veve verse. It's going to be fun to have them, and they add a lot to, the individual sets and all sorts of stuff, right? And the Soul Stone, we don't know what it's going to look like, but, if you're just going for that gauntlet, is it going to be worth over 600 gems? Because that's about what it's going to cost you, in my opinion, at least. So that's the big question I want to throw at you. You guys let me know in the comments section for sure what you think. I'm still wrestling with the idea whether or not I go after all the stuff, or if I just look at buying, if a gauntlet comes, just go and just buy that directly and just have that. I'm still deciding on that, because these collectibles are really beautiful. And, I'm leaning more towards just collecting them all and having a lot of fun with it, right? So anyway, here's the bonus material about Thanos. I've mentioned this before. He is confirmed to be in the Avengers Secret Wars movie that's coming out in a couple of years. He will be back. So this is quite fun, and we'll see what happens with those stones. And of course, you saw the Infinity Stones in the What If Season 1 series, and that was pretty amazing when Ultron got them. So go back and watch that as well. So the stones are going to be as important as time goes on, and we'll see what happens, right? Anyway, you guys let me know what you think of the video. You guys let me know what you think, if you're going after all of them or not, or if you're just going to actually wait for the gauntlet to drop. We'll see what happens. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. I'll see you in the next video. Happy collecting.